Hey everybody, this is KethKiddYoung, Keether JB. I am here to story time. So,
just ahead, make a left turn on North Racine Avenue.
Yeah. So this is part 2 of my last video. It cut off because my phone died. Excuse me. Excuse me. And
make a left turn on North Racine Avenue.
You got it. And I'm just sitting here trying to talk my my brain into breaking down stories and whatnot, and I'm just getting the extra thoughts off and bumping them into videos.
Make a right turn on West Fullerton Avenue.
You got it. But yeah, I was just breaking down how like my analyzation tactics of life, because I want to find an answer. Some things don't have an answer and whatnot. My analyzation practices
right turn on West Fullerton Avenue.
Have always brought me to have always brought me to understanding that it's not really much I can change. I want to be this person for greater good, and it's like all I'm doing is sacrificing myself over and over again. And
just ahead, make a left turn.
What I think is wrong or what I think is a bad thing isn't always the case for other people. And I'm not allowed to judge anybody, which I really don't. But it's like, if someone else's interests are putting someone else down, and like I'm in the atmosphere and I can I'm experiencing this in some way, shape, or form, it kind of feels weird for me, because it's like I can feel the emotions of the person that's suffering, and it's like I can't really do much to help them, because it's like the only way to help them will be to take their place. And then so it's just like all I'm ever doing for people is taking their place, because essentially there is no other option. If we're all walking around as like gods, demigods, and creatures, demons, monsters, whatever we are outside of the flesh, if we're all walking around as like these different entities, some of us being immortal and some of us being not, I'm not really going to be able to help anybody, because I'm a safe space. That's about it. I'm a decently natured individual. I don't really have like this intent to harm people, because it's like it doesn't get anything across. It doesn't make anything better. It doesn't, like, yeah, you might be seen as a hero and a villain throughout your entire life, depending on what you do. If you protect people by killing people, you're a hero and a villain. If you protect people by making, changing laws, you're a hero and a villain. If you protect people, or if you don't protect people, if you hurt people, and like you hurting people may make other people feel better, because like, all right, I hurt this person and they're innocent in the eyes of most people, but the people that really know about this person are cheering me on in the shadows, because this person hurts people but has a very, very good self-image on the outside. And it's just like, you damned, bro. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And for a lot of times, you're just taking the place for other people. If I from every place that I go, if someone's going through something and I'm there with them, and like with me being there, they're having a better experience, that legitimately only means and only stands to prove that I'm only taking their place. I'm not saving them from any trouble. I'm not saving them from any danger. I am now in danger. I am now in the predicament that they were just in, and they're taking my place for where I was just at, out of danger. And the messed up part is it doesn't end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go from place to place trying to fix things, but the only thing that I accomplish is putting myself in a predicament to be in pain. To get beat up, to get hurt, to get, and I'm only doing that for somebody else out of love or out of the concept of wanting to help. And it's like, it don't, it doesn't, it doesn't really, it doesn't really ever change, and it's really jacked up because, like, what can you really do about it? I sit and ponder this every day, and it's like, you know, it drove me crazy when I sat and realized my entire life, you know, and my entire existence and presence was to be a guardian angel, right? And doing so, can you really understand the depth of what that really means? You know, I appeared in my, you know, as a child, you appear in your parent or parent's life to do something great. You don't know what that is, right? You know, you never know what it is. It might be to be the breadwinner of the family. You know, it might be to be the protector, support, best friend. You know, it might be to be something great. But you're never going to be told what it is, because if you are told what it is, depending on, you know, how you comprehend it, or how you view it, it can mess you up mentally. You know, like the purpose that you fulfill, that other people know that you fulfill but won't tell you. When you got to find out on your own what that purpose is, and when you got to really sit and think about where everything in life takes you, you'll be distraught, because at the end of the day, when you're done, you're done. Like, and I'm not saying like when you get tired of it or sick of it. No, when you're done, when you actually succeed in whatever it is to make the situation better, yeah, that's it. Either it's your time or it's gonna be your time, and it's either gonna be natural or unnatural. Because at the end of the day, doing your job as a protector or doing your job as a savior means that you accumulate information and knowledge for the situation that don't belong to you. Like, you might be able to save somebody, but in saving them, you now walk away with all their secrets. And in some circumstances, you walk away with them feeling like they owe you something. And it's like, even if you tell them, hey man, you don't owe me nothing, they may feel like that to a high bad degree, or they may feel like that to a degree where it's like, I gotta figure out what I can do to thank this person, or I gotta figure out what I can do to get this favor off so that I don't owe this person. It can go either way, it really don't matter. But it's like, you don't know these things. You don't know these things until it's too late, depending on how your mindset works. Like, even if you get your own stuff, I'm all over the place, right? Even if you get your own stuff, you learn pretty quickly that none of this stuff is sustainable. If I got my own house, right, my own land, everything, it's not sustainable. I've been to the farmlands. The farmlands look no different than one of your urban city blocks. The rural land looks no different than your urban land. There are farms that look like abandoned houses in the neighborhood. There are farms that look abandoned, and there are farms that look like mansions. It don't matter. Nothing is sustainable in this world except for pain. You're gonna constantly go through pain. Let me tell you that. Pain and suffering. The most sustainable resources we have in this world is pain and suffering. Because anything good requires sacrifice. And after a while, how much can you sacrifice? How much can you sacrifice before eventually you don't have anything else to give up? If I give you my arm, if I give you my arms, now I can't work with my hands. If I give you my legs, now I can't move. Once I can't move, you know, the only thing I can sacrifice is my body. If I give you my body, after a while, I'm gonna get sick. If I lose my body, I'm just the head. And oof, just being a head is even worse. But if I lose that, I'm just a brain. And after that, I mean, if somebody decides to take my brain, I'm going. If sacrifice is the only way to produce good, and we're all losing, and it's a losing game. It's a losing game. And then suicide is it's considered a waste, because we don't know if that's actually it. You might have seen somebody get gunned down. You might have seen somebody, explode. You might have seen actual death. I am probably like this naive about death, because for me it looks like a played out scene. Like, I have not taken anybody's life. I ain't never gunned nobody down. I ain't never chopped nobody up. I ain't never stab and watched the breath and essence leave a body. All I've ever seen is what people have shown me. Long gone family members, deceased family members who I've already, like, I wasn't around them when they took their last breath. I wasn't around them to watch them, just vacate the environment. I've only ever seen them after other people have discovered them. I've only ever seen them after other people have informed me of it. And for the few random mishaps I've seen outside in the streets, I never saw somebody get shot in front of me. I've been around, people doing drive-bys and people doing shootings and whatnot, but all I've ever experienced was the shootings. I got not a bullet wound on my body, but I've been there. I've seen stuff. I've been in so many different interactions. It's just like, I don't really know if death is it. And then all the accidents I've ever been in, I'm still here, but I don't know how that plays out. Like drowning, car accidents, and we add on 1,000 ways to die. But it's like, do we actually die, or do we just got to keep doing this? Because I don't have no explanation for it. They say the good die young, and my brain puts that into parallels. It's like, okay, well, I must not have lived a good enough life to die young, or I must not have been good enough, GOOD, to have the pleasure of being taken out of here early. But then in another sense, it's like, okay, good, GOOD. Does, like, with the other theory I posted in the last video, I projected in the last video, I thought about it. So if you're really good, like you talk too much as a kid, you blab too much, like you tell the truth a lot, you tell other people's truths, or like you tell the truth of things that you are experiencing, because I understand as an adult that other people's business isn't your business. Even if they make you a part of their business, like, they just expect you not to talk about it because they don't talk about it. But then when you grow up, you learn that even though certain things aren't your business, even if someone brings you into the fold and makes you a part of it, it's still not your business to speak on. You learn as an adult that there's no privacy. You learn as an adult that there are no secrets. Like, there are no secrets, there's no privacy. There's only blackmail and harassment, because everybody knows my business. I can think about something and never say it out loud. I can speak on something but not say it in front of people. Everybody will know my business. And so I don't have a problem getting up on here and speaking, dropping videos, talking on social media. I don't mind spreading it, no matter how people look at me, because at least they're getting it from the source. So it's like, I don't have any privacy. Privacy doesn't exist. So what is it that everyone else is afraid of? Because it's like, yeah, if you're doing something deplorable, man, that sucks. You're going to get looked at weird, but once it's out there, people know about it, eventually they're going to forget. Even if you put a video out and like, now it's on the internet, people can constantly see it. They're not going to constantly look at your goddamn video about whatever your secrets are. Like, whatever your secrets are your secrets, but ain't nobody going to constantly like keep looking at it to care about it. Like, I've been living the same situations, minorly slightly different, for about 2 decades now, going on 3 decades. And every time I play the role of adult, like every time I put my child self in a cage so that I can facilitate actions and behaviors around adults who don't like children, because like most adults don't like children. And like when I put on that adult body or that adult costume, I'm like, okay, sports, alcohol, knowledge about alcohol, knowledge about drugs, knowledge about day-to-day business, knowledge about skills and techniques. It's like when I put on that facade costume to interact with other adults so that they feel, you know, at ease in my presence, it's debilitating, because in one sense, yeah, you know, I know how to be an adult, but in another sense, like, my child heart and soul tells me that you have a little bit of child heart and soul in you, or my child heart and soul tells me that you're soulless. So it's like, I'm only being an adult in front of you because that's what you're producing, or I'm only being an adult in front of you because you're the type of person that if I show you that I have a childlike spirit, you're gonna prey on me. You're gonna prey on me. You're gonna attack me. You're gonna do something weird. You're gonna hurt me. You're gonna fuck my life up. It's like certain people don't have that childhood spirit anymore. So it's like if you still have it, you a problem. Or if you still have it, they want it. They want that. They want to suck up that essence. And it's like damn, you know, if you're not dead on the inside, like you cattle. You're cattle. And it's like, don't go trying to hurt yourself or knock yourself off, because like people need that. Like, I'm walking around, I got all these ideas. I got ideas. I got plans and ideas. I got thought processes about the problems that are going around in the city. I got thoughts. I see a problem, I want to solve it. You know what I'm saying? Which is one of the problems I have, because it's like, I want to solve an issue, and I want to be this, you know, big loving individual. I'm like, love, you know, like a hippie and shit. And it's like, at the same time, I also have the part of me where it's like structure, responsibility, understanding. But it's like I gotta be at balance. It's cohesive. Parts of me like want to be a kid, you know, I want to laugh and have fun. I want to just sit in nature and just chill. And the other half of me wants to get down to business, you know, solve these economical crises and, you know, pitch and promote problem solutions and whatnot. But it's like, when I get around too many people who have been, you know, hurt and whatnot, and it's like their feelings and emotions are resonating to me, because even if you're holding it in, hiding it, trying to numb yourself, I can still see and feel it. You know, it's just like, I can tell. And so it's like, I want to be of assistance, but at the same time, I don't want to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that's the one thing about being a kid, or having kid-like tendencies, or having childlike spirit or soul. You don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want to be molested for like being youthful and still having the energy to like want to be good. Like, it's just a want at this point. Like, it's a want. I want to be good, but I'm paying the price for wanting to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a ton of people who still do good. Like, there's a difference between wanting to be good and doing good. There are plenty of people that do good just for the sake of repetition, but like, the people that are doing good aren't always good, and the people that are doing bad aren't always bad. So it's like, you balancing out all of these things in life. You're interacting with all of these things, going through all of these things. And I respect the people who have the hardest struggles to go through. I don't judge them. You know, I don't hate them. I really can't really hate. It's hard. It's hard to hate someone. Like, that energy of hating doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't get anything. And like, when it disperses, if you hating on something or angry about something, when that emotion disperses, the only thing it goes back to is love or nothing. And if it's like, if you feeling love now, it's like, damn, I really am upset that I allow myself to be so hateful and angry about a situation, just to go back to being in a loving spirit and an opening and welcoming spirit towards a circumstance. So it's just like, I love everybody.